Okay, nah. This is the kind of update that makes the entire internet suddenly stop scrolling for a second. Just when people thought the story surrounding Pooh Shiesty had already reached its darkest chapter, federal authorities allegedly revealed new evidence connected to the case. And now social media is reacting like somebody dropped unreleased secrets straight out of a crime documentary season finale. And listen, the internet is handling this situation exactly how you'd expect. Terribly. One side is acting like they've been secretly working undercover for the FBI since 2021. The other side is posting conspiracy theories so wild they sound like rejected movie scripts written at 4 a.m. after 3 energy drinks and emotional damage. Meanwhile, TikTok detectives are replaying old interviews, lyrics, and blurry clips with the confidence of people who absolutely should not be allowed near an actual investigation. But here's the part making everybody uncomfortable. The alleged new evidence reportedly changes how some people are looking at the entire situation. Because according to online discussions, certain details people ignored before suddenly don't look so small anymore. Old rumors are resurfacing. Old conversations are getting re-examined. And fans are now asking whether there was way more happening behind the scenes than the public originally understood. One creator online said, "Every time this case updates, it somehow gets darker instead of clearer." Honestly, that might be the most accurate sentence on the internet right now. And the craziest part? People thought they already knew the full story. Turns out the feds may have been holding cards nobody even realized were still on the table. The internet officially entered full panic analysis mode the second news started spreading about alleged new federal evidence connected to Pooh Shiesty. And listen carefully, because this story is moving with the exact kind of chaotic energy that makes people accidentally spend 3 straight hours reading comments they absolutely should have ignored. 1 minute social media was posting memes and arguing about basketball takes. The next minute, everybody suddenly transformed into legal experts, courtroom analysts, and emotional FBI interns working unpaid overtime from their couches. And honestly, the reactions are getting ridiculous. The second people heard the words, "new evidence," the internet lost all remaining self-control. TikTok creators immediately started posting dramatic edits, with suspense music loud enough to make a serial commercial feel criminal. YouTube thumbnails showed giant red arrows pointing at blurry screenshots nobody could even fully explain. One guy on Instagram literally whispered, "They knew more than we thought," like he was narrating the trailer for a haunted prison documentary. Sir, calm down. You're filming from a Honda Civic with LED lights. But underneath all the jokes and exaggerated reactions sits something genuinely serious making people uncomfortable. According to online discussions surrounding the federal developments, some alleged details connected to the case may be forcing people to reevaluate things they thought were already understood. That's the part creating tension everywhere. Because once audiences believe hidden information existed behind the scenes the entire time, public curiosity explodes instantly. And social media loves hidden information. Especially when celebrity culture, federal investigations, and unanswered questions collide together like emotional gasoline on a fire already burning too hot. Suddenly, every old interview involving Pooh Shiesty is getting replayed differently. Fans are revisiting lyrics, revisiting old rumors, revisiting body language during interviews, like they're trying to unlock secret levels in a video game nobody asked for. One creator actually paused a clip because Pooh blinked during a question. His conclusion? "That look means something." Brother, it means the man has eyelids. Still, the speculation keeps growing because people are convinced there's more happening behind the scenes than the public originally realized. That feeling alone is enough to keep audiences emotionally hooked. Human beings are naturally obsessed with stories involving hidden layers. Once people suspect authorities may have withheld certain evidence or details for investigative reasons, the internet immediately starts filling empty spaces with theories ranging from believable to absolutely unhinged. And the wildest theories always spread the fastest. That's how online culture works now. A calm explanation gets ignored. A dramatic conspiracy involving secret conversations, coded lyrics, and blurry screenshots from 2020? Congratulations, you just earned 6 million views and a sponsorship deal for energy drinks. Meanwhile, actual facts get buried underneath reaction channels screaming, "This changes everything," while thunder sound effects play in the background like Zeus himself joined the investigation. But here's where the mood shifts from entertaining chaos into something heavier. Because at the center of all this internet madness sits a real criminal case involving real consequences. That's easy for people to forget once stories become content online. Audiences consume investigations like binge-watch television now. Every update becomes a cliffhanger. Every hearing becomes an episode, and creators rush to be first with reactions before anybody even fully understands the information being discussed. That environment creates confusion fast, especially when federal investigations enter the conversation, because people automatically assume authorities know way more than what's publicly available. Whether true or not, the word "feds" instantly changes audience perception. Suddenly, ordinary speculation starts feeling darker, more serious, more dangerous. That's exactly why social media exploded the way it did after these alleged developments surfaced. Because deep down, people thought this story was already mostly understood. Now they're wondering whether they only knew half of it the entire time. The deeper this situation gets, the more the internet starts behaving like everybody secretly graduated from Federal Investigation University, with honors and a minor in dramatic overreactions. And somehow, every conversation keeps circling back to Pooh Shiesty, as people online desperately try connecting dots they may or may not even understand correctly. That's the dangerous thing about stories involving alleged new evidence. The second audiences hear authorities uncovered something else behind the scenes, imagination immediately starts sprinting faster than facts. And social media absolutely rewards that behavior. Now timelines are flooded with creators making 20-minute breakdowns based on information they barely finished reading themselves. One guy literally opened a legal document on livestream, squinted at the screen for 3 seconds, then announced, "Nah, this changes the whole case." Sir, you mispronounced 3 words and accidentally read the page number out loud like evidence. Please relax. But even with all the internet theatrics, there's still a reason people are reacting so intensely. The phrase, "new federal evidence," automatically creates fear and curiosity at the same time. Because whether audiences admit it or not, people assume federal investigators usually move carefully. So when reports start circulating about additional alleged evidence tied to a serious case, the internet immediately starts wondering what else authorities knew privately, while the public argued online using half information and emotional conspiracy theories. That uncertainty alone is enough to make social media spiral completely out of control. And once spiraling starts, hindsight takes over everything. Suddenly, old interviews involving Pooh Shiesty sound different to fans. Lyrics get replayed with "wait a minute" energy. Clips people ignored before suddenly become suspicious. One TikTok creator replayed an interview 3 times because Pooh allegedly paused before answering a question. The comments exploded instantly. People started typing things like, "He knew more than people realized." Ma'am? The man was probably thinking about the question. Humans pause sometimes. That's how conversations work. Still, the atmosphere online keeps getting darker because audiences sense there may be layers to this story the public never fully saw. And honestly, people are weirdly addicted to stories where hidden information allegedly changes the narrative afterward. That's why crime documentaries dominate streaming platforms now. Audiences love feeling like they're uncovering secrets in real time. The second a case feels incomplete, the internet transforms into one giant detective convention fueled by caffeine, screenshots, and dramatic music. Meanwhile, reaction channels are making everything feel 10 times more intense. YouTube thumbnails now show Pooh Shiesty beside giant yellow warning symbols, like somebody discovered classified documents hidden under a mattress. TikTok edits use heartbeat sound effects over courtroom footage. One creator whispered, "The feds don't reveal evidence unless they already know something bigger." Brother, you're recording this next to laundry detergent in your kitchen. Please stop narrating like Batman. But buried underneath the jokes and exaggerated reactions is something genuinely unsettling. People are beginning to realize how little the public usually knows during active investigations. Social media creates this illusion that audiences understand entire situations because information spreads so fast online. But real investigations often move quietly, slowly, and privately, while the internet invents conclusions based on fragments. That disconnect creates dangerous confusion once new developments appear later. And honestly, that's what's making this situation hit differently now. Because a lot of people already mentally finalized the story in their heads. They thought they understood the timeline, understood the accusations, understood the outcomes. But alleged new evidence forces audiences to reopen conversations they believe were already settled emotionally. That's uncomfortable for people. Human beings hate uncertainty once they've convinced themselves they already know the truth. Now every update feels heavier. Every rumor spreads faster. Every old clip gets analyzed harder than before. And unfortunately, the internet rarely handles serious cases with patience or balance. It handles them with emotional chaos, dramatic speculation, and creators racing to say the wildest thing possible before the algorithm moves on to the next controversy. Which means this story probably isn't calming down anytime soon. At this point, the internet isn't even reacting to the situation surrounding Pooh Shiesty normally anymore. People are treating every update like a hidden bonus scene from a crime series nobody expected to continue. And honestly, the craziest part is watching how fast online conversations shifted from, "We already know what happened," to, "Wait, what else don't we know?" That tiny bit of uncertainty completely changed the energy around the case. Because uncertainty is internet fuel. The second people suspect authorities may have been sitting on additional information the entire time, social media transforms into a giant emotional pressure cooker. Everybody suddenly starts revisiting old details, searching for meaning that may or may not even exist. One blurry clip becomes important. One random lyric becomes evidence. One pause during an interview suddenly gets analyzed harder than a presidential debate. And somehow every creator online thinks they cracked the code first. One YouTuber opened his video by saying, "I noticed something nobody else is talking about." Brother, there are currently 12 million people talking about the exact same thing while dramatic violin music plays underneath. You are not uncovering the Da Vinci Code from your gaming chair. Still, people keep watching because deep down audiences are fascinated by the possibility that the public version of events may have only been part of a bigger picture. That idea hooks people emotionally fast. Human beings naturally obsess over hidden layers, especially when federal investigations are involved. The word feds alone changes how people process information. Suddenly, ordinary rumors start sounding heavier, darker, more official somehow. And social media absolutely runs wild with that feeling. Now every old interview involving Pooh Shiesty is resurfacing again. Fans replay clips differently because hindsight changes everything emotionally. Conversations that once seemed casual now sound tense to viewers. Lyrics people once repeated for entertainment suddenly carry uncomfortable weight online. That's what hindsight does. Once audiences believe something important may have been hidden underneath the surface all along, every old moment starts feeling suspicious retroactively. One TikTok creator replayed an interview frame by frame claiming Pooh's body language told the whole story. The comments immediately turned into chaos. Somebody typed, "He looked nervous right there." Another person replied, "Nah, that's guilt." Meanwhile, the man in the clip literally just reached for water and blinked twice. At this point, the internet could probably accuse a houseplant of withholding information if it leaned sideways during questioning. But beneath the memes and exaggerated reactions sits a bigger truth, making people uncomfortable. Most audiences genuinely don't understand how little public information exists during ongoing investigations. That gap creates endless speculation online. Social media moves fast, but actual cases often move slowly and privately. Evidence can remain sealed. Details stay undisclosed. Authorities rarely explain everything publicly in real time. So when alleged new evidence surfaces later, audiences feel blindsided because they mistake internet discussions for complete reality. In truth, the public usually sees fragments, while investigators see entire timelines hidden behind closed doors. That realization shifts the mood instantly, because now people aren't just debating old rumors anymore. They're wondering whether major details existed privately, while social media spent years confidently arguing incomplete narratives online. And honestly, that possibility scares people more than they admit. Nobody likes realizing they may have built strong opinions using half the information available. Meanwhile, reaction channels continue turning every development into cinematic chaos. YouTube thumbnails look like action movie posters. TikTok edits use heartbeat sound effects and flashing red text saying, "New evidence exposed." Somebody even added thunder noises behind a courtroom discussion. Thunder noises. Sir, this is federal paperwork, not the final battle scene in an Avengers movie. But that's the internet now. Everything becomes entertainment eventually. Even serious criminal cases involving real consequences get transformed into viral content cycles, where speculation spreads faster than facts and emotion spreads faster than patience. And unfortunately, once audiences emotionally attach themselves to a narrative, changing perceptions becomes almost impossible. Which means every future update connected to this case is probably going to hit social media like gasoline thrown onto an already burning fire. By now, the situation surrounding Pooh Shiesty feels less like an ordinary celebrity case discussion and more like the internet collectively trapped itself inside a giant conspiracy escape room with no exit signs. Every new alleged detail connected to the federal investigation keeps making audiences more paranoid instead of more informed. And honestly, that might be the most fascinating part about modern internet culture. People don't just consume updates anymore. They emotionally spiral inside them. Especially when the words "federal evidence" enter the conversation. The second people heard authorities allegedly revealed new information, social media transformed into pure chaos. Everybody suddenly started revisiting the past like they were trying to solve a mystery hidden inside old rap interviews and blurry screenshots. Fans replayed lyrics differently. Old rumors resurfaced immediately. Even harmless clips started carrying dark energy online simply because audiences now watch everything through a suspicious lens. And once that lens appears, it changes everything. A normal pause during an interview becomes telling. A random facial expression becomes proof. Somebody breathing too hard during a live stream suddenly turns into a 20-minute TikTok analysis narrated by a guy named Marcus sitting inside a parked car whispering, "Nah, something bigger was going on." Marcus, respectfully, you're eating gas station chips while recording this beside a Taco Bell. Please stop acting like you just cracked an international investigation. But weirdly enough, people keep watching creators like that because uncertainty makes audiences uncomfortable. Human beings hate feeling like they don't know the full story. That's exactly why these alleged federal developments shook social media so hard. A lot of people already convinced themselves they understood everything surrounding the case. They mentally closed the book, filed the story away emotionally. But once rumors of additional evidence started spreading, it reopened every conversation instantly. And the internet does not handle reopened conversations calmly. It handles them with panic, theories, screenshots, and dramatic editing. Now creators are posting timelines longer than college essays trying to connect old moments to new allegations. One YouTube channel used courtroom sound effects every time they switched topics. Another creator literally zoomed into a blurry background object claiming it could change public understanding forever. Sir, that was a lamp. A lamp. Still, underneath all the absurd internet behavior sits something genuinely unsettling people can't stop thinking about. What if the public truly only saw fragments of a much larger situation the entire time? That possibility changes how audiences emotionally process everything afterward. Suddenly, old confidence disappears. People stop saying, "I know what happened," and start saying, "Wait, what else haven't we heard?" That shift creates paranoia online fast because social media thrives on incomplete information. The less certainty exists, the more theories spread. And theories spread faster than truth almost every single time. That's especially dangerous in serious criminal cases involving real lives and real consequences. Because eventually people stop separating entertainment from reality. Court updates become episodes. Investigations become story arcs. Audiences debate guilt, innocence, motives, and timelines like they're discussing television characters instead of actual human beings tied to real legal situations. That emotional disconnect is honestly terrifying sometimes. One creator joked, "The internet turned every federal case into a Netflix season with reaction channels." Funny line, but also painfully accurate. People binge updates now. They refresh timelines searching for suspense. They wait for shocking reveals. And algorithms reward the loudest, most dramatic reactions instead of careful analysis. Meanwhile, the actual seriousness of the situation gets buried underneath memes, conspiracy theories, and creators yelling, "This changes everything!" over suspense music loud enough to summon ghosts from another dimension. But through all the noise, one reality keeps hanging over everything. Federal investigations rarely move randomly. That's why audiences are reacting with so much tension now. Whether the speculation online proves meaningful or not, people instinctively believe authorities often know far more privately than what reaches public conversations. And once audiences start feeling like hidden layers exist behind a case, they never stop digging emotionally. Which means this story probably isn't leaving the internet anytime soon. Because now people aren't just watching updates anymore. They're watching for what they think still hasn't been revealed yet. So now the internet is stuck asking one massive question. Did the alleged new federal evidence connected to Pooh Shiesty actually change the entire understanding of the case? Or is social media once again turning incomplete information into a giant online conspiracy festival powered by screenshots, rumors, and dramatic TikTok music? Because right now people are completely divided. Some believe the latest developments prove there were hidden layers the public never saw. Others think the internet is doing what it always does, filling silence with chaos before all the facts are even public. But honestly, that tension is exactly why this story keeps exploding online. The moment audiences feel like authorities may know more than what's been revealed publicly, curiosity turns into obsession fast. Now every old interview sounds different. Every lyric gets replayed differently. Every rumor suddenly feels important, again whether it actually is or not. And social media? Oh, social media is treating this situation like the season finale of a crime series nobody can stop binge watching. Drop your thoughts in the comments because this conversation is getting louder by the hour. Do you think the internet is finally uncovering hidden truth or creating confusion out of fragments and speculation? And trust me, if more information keeps surfacing, this entire situation is only going to get more intense from here.